Hey guys, James Wilson-Taylor here for Roxanne. We are backstage at Download Festival 2022. And from Normandie, Philip joins me now. How are you, man?
I'm doing well. Yeah, we had some difficulties with our backing track stuff system before we came in here, so we plugged everything backstage, run through the whole set backstage whilst the first band was performing. But yeah, I'm doing well now. Everything is sorted. We're ready to go. And we're playing in like 3 hours or something.
Yeah, you're happy you're ready for it now.
I'm so happy. I'm so ready. I mean, we flew over just for this show. So
really? It's just a one and done?
Yeah, it's one and done. I'm going to a wedding tomorrow. Actually, I'm flying from East Midlands Airport 1.5 hours after we leave our set.
Wow.
So I'm going to go off, get a ride on all the way there. I bought some fast track.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Look at you, Rockstar.
Fingers
there
crossed
it is.
that I can catch the flight. It's going to be amazing if I do.
Jet set life of you. There it is. Well, it's got to be nice as well. You know, I think the last time we chatted face to face was kind of slam dunk last year, really. So it's got to be nice to actually be back once again in the UK. You know, I know I'm biased, but we go very hard and we do love our festivals. This has got to be a very nice feeling, even if it's only a short visit.
It is the first festival we did back in 2017.
Oh, wow,
yeah,
that's
Download
great.
was the opening one for us. We played the first slot on the Saturday of Avalanche stage.
Yeah.
At like 11 or 12 or something in the morning, and I remember I loved it. Like from the second we started playing, we were imagining an empty tent, obviously, because you know people party on the Friday, but it was packed. And from that on, I just feel like we have some special connection when it comes to UK festivals. And every year, apart from 2020, I think, we've done a festival in the UK.
That's
keep
amazing.
doing that, man.
Yeah, keep powering through. No, we love having you over here,
So
man.
now we're back here at Download.
Yeah, now we're back. Right. Oh, God, back at the beginning once again. What a lovely way to do it. What a lovely way to kind of come back. How have you found, actually, that live return? You know, it's been funny kind of speaking to loads of different bands and seeing that they sort of had to almost get back into gear for a second. You know what I mean? Had to, like, rework those muscles. Did it take you a second to get back into it, or?
It took us 2 rehearsal days.
Okay, that's all right.
Yeah. So
that's
I think the second we walked up on stage, it felt natural again.
Nice.
It felt like almost like you have dual identities. Like you've had one identity now in COVID.
Yeah.
The studio identity, or whatever you want to call it. You sit down, you write the songs, and then it's like, oh, I got to dress up again.
Yeah,
I got to put on rings. I got to put on a nice face, you know. And we started playing. We did the UK shows, the 6 shows that we sold out in October last year, and then we came over now to do the EU for 3 weeks, and it was just packed every night. And it feels like COVID has done something positive to us when it comes to fan.
People are appreciating these shows
really
even more, aren't they?
It feels so natural, and it feels like we've been growing during COVID. So it's amazing to be back.
That's really.
I was hoping for that, but you know, chances are that people are just going to be like, I don't feel like going out now because COVID is not really over and blah blah blah. But yeah, it's been really, really fun.
That's really nice to hear.
I'm expecting a packed tent today.
Oh, I think you're gonna get it. Don't you worry. It's gonna be absolutely packed out. I want to reflect a little bit because now the album's kind of been out for a minute. I always like to get people to sort of look back and think, kind of, what did you learn from that period, man? I feel like correct me if I'm wrong, it sort of feels like we're coming to the end of that era now, really. I'm sure you probably are thinking about what's next. But what have you learned from that era? What are the positives? What have you taken away from that album cycle?
I think what we did on that one was mostly the lyrical side of things were very, very different for us, to do something very personal, to do something based on actual life experiences.
Yeah.
Because I've always trying to use music to kind of hide behind a mask or just, you know, write about past stuff, but this felt really, really in touch with my current emotions and things, like a therapeutic session almost. Yeah. So I was writing that as sort of like just for me, but then go out and playing the songs every single night and seeing that people can actually connect to something that I wrote for myself has been very, very weird.
Yeah,
because all of a sudden I've opened up about myself, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to face these people now. They are gonna know things about me that I don't know. For some reason, I just leaked it all out there. You know.
But that's got to be a lovely feeling. I mean, it's something that it's like a common theme with so many people I talk to. When you get super, super personal with it, you find that actually it is kind of a universal emotion, and it connects with people at a deeper level. But you have to go that personal in order to make it be appreciated.
Yeah,
by
like
wider
I'm
audience.
actually singing a line in Thrown in the Gutter where I'm like, at 14 years old, I turned my back on Eden, like I turned my back on church, and people can connect to that.
Yeah.
Because we come from a very like Western society where people growing up in churches and all that stuff. So people can connect to it, and if you want to interpret it as something else you left when you were 14 or like living your teenage years back, I don't know. You can connect it in very different ways, I guess. People interpret stuff in ways that I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, lovely to be able to reach out like that. Really, really nice. Obviously, you did some of the kind of acoustic stripped back versions of stuff as well. That's always an interesting experience. But what was your kind of approach to that? And how do you find that experience? Do you think that's something you might repeat with other songs moving forward or anything?
Not from this album. I think we're done with this album for now. Doing the European runs now felt really like, okay, now we can actually progress to the next album and go on. We need to get that out of our systems. But acoustic versions, we felt like releasing an album in COVID, we already postponed it like 3 times, the album. So then we put it out and we're like, from now until we actually get to tour in the UK in October, we need to do something. And not just be an online presence doing like, I don't know, photos or whatever.
Yeah.
So we just felt like just exploit everything we could do with this album. So we did a live session and an acoustic session, and it felt natural, and also we got to rehearse the songs a bit.
That's nice. That's a nice thing to have as well. Throw that one in there. We keep dancing around it. What's next, man? It feels like you are building to the end of this era and to something new. What kind of stage are you at in terms of thinking about what might not come?
One of the things that we always do after an album era is we delete every preset, because we mix and produce everything.
Really?
Delete all the presets.
Wow.
Start from scratch. Start in different ways of writing. So we started
brave.
writing with
I love it.
we started writing maybe 20 to 30 demos with basically drums and bass maybe, and sometimes there's a synth in there, sometimes there's a guitar and a bass only. So we start in this weird place where you just throw colors at the painting, like old school. To see what sticks, and then after that we kind of find whatever is the common theme in all the weird demos that we've done, and we're trying to just zoom out and see, okay, what is the bigger picture here, and that's when we zoom in again and we actually start grinding those details. So we're still at this stage where we just do anything. I mean, we have some drum and bass tracks right now. We've done some half tempo, like 90 BPM stuff that's really, really slow. So we're just trying to fill out the entire spectrum, and then we'll see whatever sticks and what works for us.
No rules, man.
We've sounded different on every single album we do, which scares me a bit because I don't know what we're gonna sound on the next album. But we take a lot of risks, and it's been rewarding every single time so far.
Yeah, it's really exciting, man. Love to hear that, dude. Well, best of luck with whatever comes next. I'm sure we'll be chatting to you when that does arrive, and in the meantime, have a great show today, man. In a packed tent. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. I've seen the future. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
And then I'm gonna catch the flight, and it's gonna happen.
Oh, you're gonna make that as well. No, we're gonna wish for you to do that one. Don't worry. Good to see you, man. Catch you soon.
Good to see you too.
Yeah, Philip.